Good afternoon, friends. Cinematic mode just disrespects me on a regular basis. Thank you. But anyway, good afternoon, friends. I'm back here on my channel. It's been a little bit of a delay, one could say. So, getting right into it, I am reviewing a book called Before I Let Go by Candy Ryan. So, great book. So I encountered the book, or I didn't encounter the book, I encountered the author self promoting on Twitter. Yes, Twitter, not X, on Twitter. And she was really passionate about it, and she kept reposting her her like fans, for lack of a better word, her fans reviews and thoughts on her books, and they were all excellent. Everyone loved it. And the vibes from those people and from her was so positive that I decided I wanted to give it a try, but I didn't want to give it a try on my own dime. So I got it off of, you guessed it, Libby. And it was a pretty hefty wait time. I will tell you that, to the point that I had no, but you know how Libby can be. It's like some people will skip over their turn, or they'll speed through the book. So it's like you get the time frame, but it's a rough estimate, right? So I didn't know when I was going to be getting the book. But then, to show you how long ago this was, today is November 11th, 11/11, make a wish. And I got this book at the beginning of my birthday vacation when I went to go see Beyonce in New Orleans. So I got this book in September. So that had to have been like, I was on my way to the airport. I'm telling you this because this detail will come up later. I was on my way to the airport. So around like September 25th or 6th, or around that time frame. Um, is when I received the book. And it was like one of my travel books. I read this book and then another book by Samantha Kirby called Quietly Hostile. Samantha Kirby's book that I read was a hard copy book. This was my Audible. So this is like my on my way to the airport, skirt in the car book, and my walking through the airport. Like I can be a music person, but I also feel like the last time I listened to music in an airport, I was listening to Rico Nasty, and I was in there angry, bro. So I go back and forth between books, music, whatever. Anyway, this was my airport book. Um, it immediately hooks you. It's a romance novel fiction about a woman who at the time felt like she could no longer be in her relationship and live in her family unit the way that it was. So she experiences child loss. So if that's a trigger for you, this might not be the book for you, because it does come up quite a bit. And she goes through the psychology and the therapy and the emotions and the grief, and all of that is a pretty heavy factor in this book. So if that's not for you, go ahead and skip this one. But the whole consensus of the book, her name is Yaz, and she's trying to figure out if she wants to her relationship back. So she's asked for this divorce, she's moved on. When they lost the baby, it was ugly, she didn't want to stay in the space. They already have 2 kids, but she's struggling with the emotions and the not obstacles, but the things that come with moving on from an old relationship and a relationship that you've been in for a long time. So this kind of hit home with me because I was in a long relationship for quite some time, and I didn't have half the baggage that this woman has with her dude. And it is difficult to leave a long tenured relationship and hop into life again, right? Dating again and all that stuff. So it's, you get her view, but then you also get her husband's view, which is great. His name's Josiah. You know, I always have my notes. some things. Again, if child loss is a trigger for you, go ahead and skip this one because it's the pulse of the book. Okay, so that really is the only trigger. It does have a lot of family drama with the kids, and if you have your own family unit, I imagine you would love the family dynamics of this. I will say that there are some pretty graphic, or not graphic, graphic is not the word. Maybe graphic is the word, but there are some pretty detailed and elaborate sex scenes in this novel. And I say that to say, remember earlier when I told you that we were going to come back to the fact that I listened to this in the airport? Uncomfortable, honey. Like there was a point in the book where they're just like straight up moaning, and I've got the headphones on. I'm like, oh my God, I hope these are soundproof. Girl, can they hear what's happening in my ears? God, I hope not. But lovely. Keep that in mind. So, this might not be one for the car. If you do have your kids, this might not be one for the car. Just take that advice from me. But yeah, I would say it was a pretty fast-paced book. I wanted to know constantly what was happening next. So there was never like it's in a lull. I don't want to hear any more. No, thank you. If anything, you're invested in both her point of view and his point of view, and you want them. I was doing this down there. You couldn't see it because I didn't think that through, but I was interested in both her point of view and his point of view. And I really, it was a page turner to the very end. I did not finish it on the trip, I don't think, but I finished it shortly after. I finished the hard copy book on the trip because I'm also one of those people when I travel. Tell me if you're like this in the comments below. I'm one of those people when I travel that I am like paranoid that I'm going to need my phone and I'm going to need the charge. So I try not to get on it a lot. I'm one of those people, so I'm more invested in like the hard copy books when I travel. Yeah, so I didn't finish it on the trip, but I finished it shortly after, and I turned it in early to Libby for the next anxious reader. I did love the ending. I do think it was unrealistic. I won't ruin it for you, but I understand that it's fiction. I do. But I've been around a block. I'm 35 years old, girl, and I have like, where is that dude from this book? The one that wanted to go to therapy and save his family and all that, because I ain't found him yet. Granted, I am in my house on a Saturday night and drinking wine by myself and talking about books, but that's not the point. The point is I've not found that dude. The ending did feel a touch unrealistic, but it is the ending that I would have wanted for them, if that makes sense. Like, from a romantic point of view, it's like, girl, the chances of this happening are slim to none, but I'm glad it happened for these friends. Yeah. So that's how I felt. Those are my thoughts about Kennedy Ryan's Before I Let Go. She has a follow-up coming out, and it looks like it's coming out at the top of the year. So in the book, one of Yaz's biggest support systems are her friends, which I did love, because we don't talk enough about how friends are a great source of love and support, to the point that I always tell people my biggest breakups in life, or my most heartache breakups in life, have not been with lovers. It's been with friends. When you let friends go, that's what hurts. Yeah, but it's always friends, in my personal opinion. Like, the dudes, for me anyway, I know everyone's experiences are different. For me anyway, I have also felt like the relationship has run its course, and I'm like, okay, yeah. But the friends hurts the most. But in the book, she has, like, her biggest support system is her friends. She's got these two friends that she's met post-divorce, which is interesting. and they become really close. They support each other. They're in each other's lives. They're noticing things that are going on with each other, feeding off of each other, and they're helping her with her situation. She's helping them with their situations. And towards the end of the book, you get some more bombshells about what's going on in the friend's life. And I hope that Miss Ryan is going to make this trilogy and do all three friends. And then maybe, PPS, here's one from Josiah. I'm putting a lot of work on your plate, Miss Ryan, but I do think that's a great idea. And I bring that up to say that the sequel coming out in, I want to say it's January, girl, but it's definitely 2024. It's from one of the friends. It's called This Could Be Us. Apparently that's coming out soon. So if you do read this book and you enjoy it, check out the next one coming out. That's it from me, you guys. Thanks for watching yet another one of my videos. I've noticed that I've gotten some new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. It actually does mean a lot to me that you want to hear me ramble about books. I feel like the booktube world is a little not as appreciated as other places. And this is someone who, I'm often in Girl World. I watch some random foxes on the internet. I'm in all the YouTube alleys. YouTube is where I'm at. Like, my Wi-Fi is out this weekend, and my brother's like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And I'm just like, the same shit I always do, but just on my cellular service. I'm gonna watch YouTube. So I'm happy to see other people in the booktube world is where I was going with that. So thanks for stopping by. Thank you for subscribing. I see you and I appreciate you. Give this video a thumbs up. Watch another one. We're on that slow creep to monetization that may or may not ever come, but we're gonna keep fighting the good fight. Okay, bye.